Hey there, Aries community. Soul Tiger is here with a story for this wonderful community. Now, not totally sure what's going to come out, but the vibe I'm picking up is I'm picking up some chest pieces. And I keep going back and forth between the bishop and the tower looking one. I cannot for the life of me name that piece, but maybe it's not the piece itself. Maybe it's the type of movement that the piece does. And it's the one I get that looks like the tower. I know some of the pieces. I don't know why I'm fumbling on it. I know the pawns, I know the bishops, I know which ones are the knights, the queen, the king, but I'm forgetting what the towers are called. But again, maybe that's what it is. And what I keep seeing underneath it, it's almost like as if the game's over and it says checkmate. There's also some stuckness, almost like muck stuckness. And I keep seeing red. So maybe this has to do with root chakra kind of stuff. There's also a longing in the Aries frequency, a longing for a certain connection. This connection could be in business, it could be with family, it could be with a partner, it could be connecting with a hobby. There's just a longing for a certain connection for the Aries in this story. So, the guides, protectors, angels, ancestors, as well as divine and universal energy, all have been called in to the Aries frequency for the positive messages. So let's see what would like to come out. So first one is possibility. Raise your standards, elevate your expectations. You have unlimited potential or unlimited possibility. There we are. All right, and now these all come out in the reverse position. So maybe Aries, this is that direct message. Hey, believe in this possibility still. Believe in that dream. Because guess what's going to come along with it? Or guess what you need to practice with it or to get it? Is live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guides. When you start to doubt yourself, you may get an incoming message that says different. Lean on that incoming message. Imagination. Envision a new reality. Give yourself permission to dream. Believe in unlimited possibilities. Again with the possibilities. Nature. Ground yourself. Find a sanctuary in nature. Connect with the elements. Get out of the non-reality and get into your reality. Because that's what I feel like when I look at this checkmate image that I keep seeing. It's a game. All right, if people want to play a game, well, let's play a game to win. If that's the reality of it, then on a game, you always have a chance to come back, try again, and level up. So what is it that you need to ground yourself in? What is it that you need to dust dirt off your shoulder so you come back 100 and ready to go? And if you start making these moves, prosperity, a gift of money is on its way. Your income is increasing. Manage your finances with love. I look at currency as in more than just a materialistic gain. This could be a gain through emotional currency. It could be a gain through intellectual currency, or even going in the direction mental currency, physical currency. It all depends on what this Aries is seeking. So one more card. Ancestors, angels. So a couple other things that Aries needs to incorporate or take a look at is abundance. Enjoying the bountiful life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. Be what you seek. if you start seeing the wealth around you that you already have, you're going to feel that wealth as well. And this is talking outside of the materialistic wealth. This is the wealth that money can't buy. It's that comfort inside of yourself, that wealth within your family, that wealth of where you're going in your career, kind of wealth and abundance. Something else that Aries needs to look at to get to this prosperity, this abundance, this possibility. Anger. Safely express your anger. Use anger as a positive force. Honor all of your emotions as sacred. You're allowed to get fed up. You're allowed to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. But the thing where it's kind of unacceptable, if you're putting up with the same thing, you're not doing anything about it, then that doesn't make sense. All you're doing is chasing your tail. Well, what is it that you're getting angry about, and what is it that this Aries needs to do to solve it? How is grounding themselves out, becoming aware, and seeing where they really want to go, going to help get to that abundance? All right, so let's go ahead and roll into the present for the tarot. So, does this have to do with trust? Trusting others that could have left this Aries out in the cold at one time. Or maybe trust was used and they were left out in the cold. Can I get a clarity card for the Five of Coins? It was something that had to do with Aries when they first started off. When they first started building in a certain direction. This could have been the foundation to their internal garden when it first started getting tended to by Aries as an individual. Now I want to explain that last comment because that was definitely guided to come out. And what I'm seeing is this could reflect back to a younger time. And I reflect back to a garden because everything starts from a seed. And we can't pick who first starts to plant the seed of us. They say technically we do energetically when we're doing our contract, but in this lifetime we don't remember none of that. So what I would say is we can't pick our family, we can't pick who first starts tending to us. And what happened is there was a slip up there and they felt like they got left out in the cold. Always having to go off in their own direction, on their own for this Aries. Almost like others not understanding them. Can I get a clarity card for the Knight of Coins? These others not understanding them. They're not understanding them. They never understood how this Aries envisioned going in their life. How they may have not seen maybe a certain guidance that this Aries felt. A certain conviction. A certain way shown. What it is the sun plays one of the biggest important roles in our charts. It really shows us how we come in, how we handle things. And what I'm feeling, because we have this Page of Swords. This Page of Swords is of somebody of a younger age making a decision to go off into a direction. But what I feel like, because I have this Ten of Swords come out in reverse, is I feel like Aries is on their own because this family really kind of stabbed at their goals, stabbed at their dreams, and it took away so much. I would say nitpicked would be a better word. In everything that Aries found conviction, and this family said it wasn't right, that it wasn't going to get them anywhere, that you're arrogant and you're going to basically go down the drain. You're not going to make it. This could even be in a business too. I've had businesses try and intimidate me from leaving, or a business in particular. So it can happen with businesses. It can happen with places that we volunteer at. So it's cutting the ties and finding the way to cut the ties to get to this ideal outcome. But the whole thing is, I feel like Aries is almost there. Is you have other people who are outside looking in. That's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like Aries is the couple up here. This is their dream. But you have others who are nitpicking at the dream. Maybe these others could feed into any tiff that could be happening in a partnership. You can get people who do that, who will feed into the drama, who don't want to see people happy because they're not happy, or they're jealous in some way. And this could be something that's coming up. Let's get more clarification. Ten of Cups. Can I get a clarification card for this Ten of Cups? Hold on. Let me clean up the energy real quick. Looking for a clarification card on this Ten of Cups. All right. Ready to go. So there's a misjudgment being thrown. And this misjudgment is being thrown, and it's using passions. It's using emotions. It's also using the crowd. Well, did you see so-and-so before you do this? Or, you know, somehow it depends on a family dynamic. Almost like this Aries isn't supposed to go in this direction because the family, the business, all see Aries doing something else. I'm curious. Can I get a clarification for this Six of Wands? Six of Wands clarification. Oh, yeah. We have the Three of Cups come in reverse, and what we don't see is the Hangman. Whoever this crowd is that's trying to use the emotions or trying to use the passions, you know, against Aries, a passion for, say, holding some kind of tradition in the company, some kind of tradition in this group setting. And what I see is they have an idea of how everything should go, how everyone should act, how everyone should be. But I see Aries as kind of on a different level with this. And in a sense, when Aries is off by themselves, when they're off with their other, forget about these ones, when they're off with their other, whoever that is, that they're aligning with, They're still at peace. I just feel like there's a lot of peace, whoever this other person is. But these other energies are ones who only want to fulfill themselves. They're not really taking Aries into consideration. What I'm also hearing is they're not listening to Aries. Huh. Alright, so let's dive a little deep, because I was wondering why this deck is coming out right here, because this is really a closed-lip deck. And I don't feel like Aries is being that way. I know Aries to be a little withheld with information, but I'm not... Aries are so bold when they first make their moves. A lot of times. They're fire energy. They're the bringer in cycles. So they don't stay closed-lipped for very long. Especially when it comes to the things that they're moving towards. So in particular, I'm very curious about this Three of Cups. So let's go ahead. One more shuffle. I want a little bit of a clearer shuffle with that, please. There we are. Can I get some more clarity into this Three of Cups? How these individuals in this Three of Cups play a factor into Aries' block. And it's something directly Aries doesn't see. It's the Page of Coins. So it could be confusion that has been handed to them. A thought process that's been handed to them. An idea that's been handed to Aries as this is the ideal. This is the way it should be. But for some reason, this leaves Aries very confused. And not able to trust others. Not able to release these swords in a sense. Or see these swords and how these swords got here. It's almost like they keep falling back onto them. What is it about the block that needs to be expressed for the Aries frequency? Here we are. There is something that this community has put dependent on Aries. And whatever this Aries feels like depends on them is what really has them always coming back. And it always led by maybe a feeling of guilt. A feeling of, okay, I have to honor this. I have to honor this. But at the same time, where they want to go is somewhere different. Where they're meant to head off is somewhere different. What it is they don't feel like something's right. Whatever this group keeps telling them, it's not resonating. It's not feeling right to them. What else would like to come out for the block? So now I have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands and this Knight of Swords both want to go in the same direction. And even whatever was created with this dependency, I feel like it even somehow to the core pushes this Aries to go off in this other direction. I feel like Aries really feels this to the core. This other direction, what they're meant to do. Whatever is total opposite of what this group is telling them. Huh. Interesting. For some reason I picked up this deck. Let's play with it. Clean up the energy. I didn't even realize I picked it up. So let's go with it. So right now I'm going to ask a direct message. And I would like to tie the past, or not the past, the present and the block together with a direct card. So let's see what it is. Ancestors, angels, spirit guides, can you give me a direct card on how the block and the present are intertwined for the Aries in this story? This is where the anger sits. This is what Aries wants to be abundant in. This is also what they want, but the ties keep holding them back from. This is what they really want to work on. And that's this alignment. And being able not to focus on the naysayers. This alignment can be with a job. This alignment could be with a hobby. This alignment can be with a person, family member, place. It just all depends on what this Aries is dreaming about and what they're working on and what these naysayers are saying you can't have. Because what I see here is that Aries who is putting in work day and night. They're forgetting to sleep, enough. They're forgetting to maybe even eat enough. Maybe they're over focused, but they're giving all that energy to here. And what I'm hearing in this other area of this group is they're jealous. They're very jealous. They're jealous of how much you're giving. That makes sense. They're jealous of how much passion you're giving to this. And maybe they're reflecting on how you used to be passionate towards them. How you always thought that they hung the moon. This, if it is a workplace thing, this could be among coworkers and stuff too. In your social dynamic. This could be in the family dynamic too. This could even be in a work dynamic. Somewhere where this Aries frequents. But that's what it is. There's jealousy. That's why what they're saying doesn't feel right to this Aries. All right, I'm hearing 2 more cards for the block. Let's see what else wants to come out for the block for this Aries community. Ooh, 3 cards. Nice. And they're all in reverse too. Whoever this energy is, who is the ringleader, they're not happy. They feel drained watching you do so much work for this other. They're so caught up in it to where they're falling onto the swords. Not the swords are falling onto them, but I feel like they're falling onto it. They're doing the most work towards it. They wake up thinking about it. They go to bed thinking about it. It's just overly stuck. But one more clarification card. I just want to be sure for that 10 of Swords. clarification card for the Ten of Swords. Here it is. So, what is sitting upon these swords? Somebody has worked hard and they want their outcome. And they're willing to do anything necessary. But they're getting rebounds. Because if their focus is on revenge, then that's what they're going to attract. They're getting rebounds of it. They're working hard though. They are working hard. They feel like if they can somehow come in, either make you look like the bad guy or they're the bad guy, they're going to do it if that stops whatever this union is. But they're going to put in work. They could be doing it even very underhandedly. The more underhanded you go, the more you're going to fall onto karma. And that makes sense why these swords, I feel like they're falling onto them. Ooh, Aries. It's a lot to deal with. Having to step out on your own and believing in yourself when everyone is telling you you're wrong. Having to fall in love or have fallen in love with someone, something, some career that everyone deems wrong. It's really hard. My rule of thumb is, and I feel like the rule of thumb in a lot of religions, I'm not religious, but what I've noticed through each different religion, whether it's Buddhist, Christianity, paganism, Baptist, just all kinds of different things, even indigenous stuff, is it comes down to loving yourself, loving this earth, and loving the fellow things that inhabit this earth. And with love, you can recognize that there's cycles. Cycles that things go into, and being able to love that experience of that ride. Right here, you're in a cycle where things aren't matching up. If I'm going to be honest, that was the first start with me, is this exact journey right here. My alignment is between myself. Aligning with that shadow side and aligning with that light side. It could be the divine and masculine energies within me, you could say. And it all started with feeling like what I was being told wasn't right. And it really sitting with me and sitting with me and sitting with me. Feeling like for a long time I was left out on the cold. And I was tired of being left out on the cold. I wanted to have better growth. Better growth. There was a lot of anger that I couldn't understand. And I couldn't really see those possibilities because I was too busy listening to everyone else who was telling me that they hung the moon. They knew better. But yet I was still hung up in the crowd, not using sound judgment for myself, but letting others make those judgments for me, letting others dictate how I want to run my inner home or even my outer home. Again, that goes all into my career, that goes into my family life, that even goes into my social life. A lot of times what you're dealing with in one area, you're attracting in other areas. And one thing I feel like too, because even at the end of this story, I'm very worn out. And I feel like this Aries is very worn out. Worn out from this opinions of these others trying to tell them where this Aries is supposed to go. How they're supposed to be. If you are leading in a positive direction and you got goals that are going to impact you, your family, your surroundings in a positive way, then you're good. Do it. Do it. Don't worry about others. Don't worry that because your alignments, where to go, doesn't fit the ideal picture. There are still some generations. There are still some ignorance out there. That's okay. I'll give you an example. There's this one lady who put a croissant and a chocolate cookie together. Brooks Bakery. Look that up on YouTube. And she's getting a lot of pushback from people from doing it. But guess what? She's selling those things out every day. And more people love them than anything. Just because whatever you're aligning with, whether it's in your passions, whether it's in your emotions, whether it's in your mental, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your family, just because outside looking in, it doesn't look right to the standards of others. You know what you feel. And you know where you want to go. Trust it. Trust it, trust it, trust it. You're working hard. You're willing to work hard. Others are jealous because you're working hard. Forget them. All right. Divine energy. What can help with the block? What are the direct messages to help with the block? Do you see how now I'm picking up my energy? Whew. That is, yeah, that's some hard stuff. So what I tell you, crown chakra, boom. It's your destiny. This is your destiny, and it did land on this alignment. Whatever outside looking in, this doesn't feel right to others because they're not approving, forget it. And what you don't see is abundance. Abundance in that solar plexus. Solar plexus is you, yourself, and how you feel, how you come in, and how you step out, and what you're going to do. I also am noticing coins. So this could be in whatever you're trying to do. See it. Notice how there's two images. One person's freaking out. I don't have the money. I'm using a coping mechanism. I'm overly focused on this in a negative way. And you have this person who's wearing purple. Third eye. Look at that. Focusing on seeing the coins. Seeing this happen. Seeing the home. And making it happen. Focus on that abundance. Don't focus on the naysayers. They're going to take that energy away from you that can produce more. Don't let them have your time. Don't let them have your focus, because that's going to cost you. Think about it like that in a business context. Every time you give them a minute of your focus, these naysayers, that's taking a minute of your time focusing on your abundance, on your goals, on what you're aligning with. Trickery. Oh man, I didn't know, but I had a feeling I was going to talk about this one right here. Oh my goodness, have you all ever fed squirrels? Be careful who you let in, who you feed, because they're going to keep coming back. And they're going to keep coming back. And they may start to tear up stuff just to get you to keep feeding them. Why do I say that? Well, excuse my language. I know some squirrels that are probably going to go to hell. Why do I say that? I used to feed squirrels. And I had a Mother Mary statue up, and to prove a point that they wanted more food, they took her out. We'll just say that. And that's what I reflect on here. Is if this has to do with jealousy, if this has to do with people who are trying to manipulate this Aries, to get them into treating them a certain way, man, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. So watch it. Notice. Notice. See what something happens. Instead of stepping out of yourself to react right away, keep yourself within and listen to what they're saying. Because you can hear that jealousy come out. And if you can pick up on it and see it, then bam, game over. It's to your free will, the Aries in this story, how to handle it. But let's ask divine energy and ancestors. If it is over jealousy, what is the best course for Aries? How should Aries handle the jealousy within this community? Soulmate. What I would say is this direction, this destiny, just know you're meant to align with it. I feel like this is something that you're being asked to believe in, being asked to feel this in your root chakra. If you do have a partner, if you do have a soulmate, and this is what they're upset about, is this type of alignment, lean on that partner. Lean on that person who doesn't want to hold you back. Lean on the person who wants to see you grow. Those people who see past their selfish endeavors. That's what I would say. Anything else? Oops, wrong. Well, let's go ahead and do this anyways. All right, this one wanted to come out. So let's get a card from the Unicorn Oracle. All right, what is the message that needs to be translated through this deck from the ancestors? Here we go. Goddess, honor your divine feminine energy. See your inner beauty. Love every part of you. Divine energy is compassion, acceptance, kindness, and mercy. That could be asking for this to be shown onto this situation. Understanding that or accepting that these people, this community, that's where they're at. That's what they're trying to do. And they're out there being jealous. You can't change that. You can't force them to act different. But when you start accepting it, having compassion towards it, and some mercy within yourself, you start to free yourself. And again, look at whatever this connection is, whatever this Aries is aligning with, have aligned with, it's going to be a little bit more tender. Why? Because you're going to stop having to defend yourself and your choices, because you're just going to stand in them. That's it. I'm not open to what you guys say anymore. I'm not open to your opinions. What I'm telling you is just the way it's going to go. And I have received. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. See it again, because this was in reverse. See it. See that prosperity. See that abundance. Flow. Ooh, I haven't seen this one. Find an easier path forward. Surrender the outcome. Release your expectations. Yeah, you can't expect these people to grow up. Balance. Take time to relax. Indulge a little more or less. Now this one, listen up. Set boundaries with your work. With whoever this community is, set the boundaries with them. Tell them no more. I'm done. You guys aren't going to act this way. And you can do it in an easy sense. You can do it in a compassionate sense. You can do it from a sense of wisdom. A sense where you're going to teach them. And this is heart chakra. It could be you're teaching them through love. The fact that you're going to show whatever you're working on, whatever you have going to, or maybe soon be aligning with. What it is to have dedication, love, compassion for something. Because sometimes that is something that's dead. A lot of people have been stuck. They're stuck, and they're stuck on their phones. They're stuck not being able to be released from their phones. What that translates into is they can't go off independently and secure certain hobbies, certain focus, I should say, certain focus to areas they would like to grow in because they're too sucked up in their phone. And what could be happening here with jealousy is there's individuals who would like to either be able to focus like this Aries or to have the focus that this Aries is given to this other alignment. All I know is whatever this alignment is, person, place, or thing, be very, very grateful for it. Aries, it's very patient. It's waiting for you. It's a part of what you've been dreaming about. Be grateful that you've seen a way to head in this direction. Be grateful that at this moment you're lost in how you feel, because if you knew how you felt like these ones, then you wouldn't be aligning with it. You'd be doing what they're telling you. You'd be keeping up with the Joneses. But you don't want the Jones outcome. You want something a little bit deeper. You don't want to have to keep up with anything. You want to set the example for things to come. Aries, I am the birth of the awareness, the one who starts the journey in these zodiacs. All right, so wow, this is a really neat story. Thank you so much, Aries community, for sharing your frequency with me. And I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.